My father, he's a very well-known member in the Manchester community amongst Muslims as well as non-Muslims. Following 9/11, there was a lot of hostility and hatred in the Manchester community against Muslims. So what my father wanted to do was to rid these stereotypes and the link of Islam and terrorism. And what he did was set up a stall where he distributed free literature about Islam to all for free to non-Muslims. And through this proved to be very, very fruitful and beneficial within our community, because there was a lot of interest and a lot of understanding, and it built bridges within the communities, which is exactly what he wanted to do. And this was disliked by the council and the police, and they made many attempts to get him off the streets and to silence him in different ways. But because he wasn't selling anything, he was doing nothing illegal, he was doing nothing wrong, it proved to be very difficult, and it took them 10 years to come up with a really disgusting tactic in order to get him off the street and throw him behind bars in order to attempt to silence him. What they did was they sent 2 undercover officers who pretended to take an interest in Islam, who posed themselves as vulnerable people, ex-alcoholics who eventually faked their conversions to Islam, who came forward to my father and said that they had been abandoned by their families since he had embraced Islam. And my father, naturally, not only with these 2 officers, but generally he's very well known as a very compassionate, very helpful man in society. And he told them that he was there for them to help them. This is what our religion teaches us. This is our culture. He invited them to the home. It was very common for people to come to our house, to have dinner with us, etc. And for my father to give his attention to these people, because they said that they needed the help and the support. So he was there for them. Till this day, there is a very close friend of my father's who is a Christian minister who visits my father even in prison till this day. And if my father was this so-called radical and extremist, this terrorist, why would he have the support of so many non-Muslims who know him personally on a personal level and who say nothing but good words for him? So these 2 undercover officers, they pretended to take an interest in Islam, and they used all my father's hospitality, all his kindness, his compassion, all of it against him. And they recorded, they lived like Muslims for nearly 2 years, and they recorded conversations, and they took words out of context to the extent that there was nothing that was proven to be proved to show that my father is a terrorist. Because after the end of the trial, when the convictions were read out, the head of Northwest Counter-Terrorism Unit himself said that we did not recover any blueprint, no attack plan or end game for these men. So he himself said that there was nothing to prove it other than a so-called ideology. So his crime was nothing to care for people. His crime was nothing other than to try to build bridges within communities, and to be there to help these vulnerable people, and to be there and tell people about Islam and answer their questions about Islam. My father has been in prison for over 6 years, and he is appealing. His health has deteriorated significantly as well. It's been a major miscarriage of justice, so I really appeal to you to please take a flyer, read about our campaign, get involved, and stand in solidarity with us. Thank you very much. Free Munir Farooqi.